Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Krishnendu Chatterjee. I'm the Vice President and Business Head for Financial Services at TeamLease. Over the past decade, the BFSI sector has transformed significantly, driven by the demand for flexible and accessible financial solutions. Financial services have been crucial in expanding market reach and supporting financial inclusion, especially through digital payment solutions. The payments and fintech sector in particular has seen notable growth, empowering small businesses and individuals in undeserved market and driving financial empowerment. Digital payments in India have seen a 44% CAGR in last 5 years, with transaction volumes rising from 2,071 crores to 18,700 crores with UPI alone, at a 129% CAGR in the last 5 years. Workforce empowerment in BFSI, particularly in payment solution, aligns with larger socio-economic growth objectives. Increased adoption of digital payments necessitates a strong push for financial literacy to help customers utilize digital tools confidently. The industry's ongoing digital transformation is reshaping financial services by introducing more accessible, customer-friendly solutions, particularly in undeserved areas. With regulatory compliances and market competition posing a huge challenge, the financial services sector continues to evolve and adapt. Its role in providing financial success, promoting economic inclusion, and supporting the nation's growth trajectory remains crucial. The projected growth and innovations across various BFSI subsectors emphasize the industry's role in driving financial innovation. With the increasing shift towards digital payments, the sector is poised to expand its services and penetrate new markets, fueling both financial inclusion and market reach. To explore these themes, I'm joined by Mr. Abhay Kumar Agarwal, offering valuable insights into sector's workforce dynamics and prospects. Mr. Agarwal brings in more than 15 years of extensive work experiences across retail, consumer, IT, and BFSI sectors, having held positions at renowned organizations such as Future Retail, Hindustan Unilever, Fiserv, AU Small Finance Bank, and currently with SBI Payments. He currently serves as the Circle Sales Head at SBI Payment Services. Mr. Agarwal, welcome to the Industry Dialogue. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. Yeah. And we look forward to your insights around how the payment services environment ecosystem is working in India.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much, Krish, for providing an opportunity on this platform to express my views. And I'm really humbled and honored to be here. And maybe I will be of any benefit for anyone who will be watching this. So it's my honor. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Agarwal, we'll start with, the most important question here, the kind of growth which we have seen and just mentioned around the payment services industry. So, how do you see the payment sector, shaping India's financial landscape, especially in terms of market penetration and, most importantly, government's plan for financial inclusion?
So, if you see, the most dynamic sector in India right now in financial domain is payments. The kind of companies coming in payments, you can see every another day, there is some or the other fintech startup is going on. For example, if you have seen, there are more than 20,000 working professionals from the fintech sector attended GFF.
Right.
Yeah. So the payment sector is a cornerstone of India's financial inclusion journey, I must say. And with innovations like UPI and initiatives such as Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, financial services are reaching underserved regions also.
Right.
So collaborations between fintechs, traditional businesses, banks, as seen in our case, post deployments for SMEs, public transport systems, retail, they are accelerating the penetration.
Right.
And if you see government's undeterred focus on providing the power to digitalization and in turn, which is turning India's success story and taking it to the world. If you see,
Right.
I have seen this term. I don't know how many people have seen. Ki UPI is the payments Google for the
Right.
world. So one is
Absolutely.
the Google, which has been started by US. Now UPI is the payments Google, which is started by India.
Yeah.
If you can see Nandan Nilekani's speech and the way we have come across in the sector and
Right.
the acceptability of our payment system UPI. Now they are coming up in France. They have already started in Dubai, Sri
Right.
Lanka, many other countries, SAARC countries, and everyone.
Oh yeah, I mean, on a lighter note, since you mentioned about GFF, so we were
Yeah,
also participating in that, from
yeah,
a
yeah,
employment thing.
yeah, yeah,
And I think on the second day, it
yeah.
took me 3 hours to just get out of
Yes,
BKC and reach the Western Express Highway, which generally takes like 5 minutes. I mean,
absolutely
the kind of participation and the kind of interest it generated was, I think, amazing. So,
amazing.
I
And,
mean,
and
it
Prime
really
Minister himself was the
is.
chief guest and
Right,
primary speaker on the
right,
final day. So it
right,
itself
right.
is,
No, no, absolutely, absolutely. So, now, coming to, the kind of volumes and the kind of spectrum which we are talking about, and since, you manage the business side of it, so how do you or your organization manage this whole pressure of achieving these short-term sales target while keeping an eye on a long-term vision of, how, we want to grow in next 3, 5, 7, 10 years?
So first of all, let me define what are the short-term targets, what are the long-term targets. That's the more important part of it. Maybe the short-term targets are reaching the numbers,
Right,
reaching the milestones, reaching the volumes, the kind of volumes, reaching the market share maybe. So if I'll talk about the short-term targets and everything, so focused campaign, clear accountability, training the workforce, these are the major thing which we are doing. What is the industry requirement? What are the merchants benefit which we can provide? What is the actual kind of penetration which we can do in the what market? That is more important in the short term uh, goals. And
right,
we are trying to we are not trying to put a great leap kind of thing. We are doing it one step at a time, because
right.
we need to understand it, because the payment sector is already highly regularized sector, and we
Absolutely.
don't need to jump and maybe we have seen in the past. I can't name the companies right now, but we have seen the fintechs, what kind of government actions they have taken. They
Absolutely.
have been faced, and being associated with the largest bank in the country and private, we cannot take that kind of if you talk about the short term goals, yes, we want to be one of the top players in the country, uh, uh, in terms of numbers also, in terms of volume also, and also uh, to be the ease. If you talk about the long term goals, yes, the market share is one of the most important thing. We want to be the best in the market in terms of market share, and to provide the ease of transaction to the merchant with simplicity is our
Right,
motto.
right.
So the vision is that with, and I'm sure with the how we can achieve this by the data driven decision. Data is the new oil.
Absolutely.
So that is the one thing. Vision alignment, building relationships with the merchants, enhancing the contribution along with the branches. That is what our long-term goals.
Great. And yeah, I think, data is indeed the new oil, the new gold of it. And
Yeah,
actually, that
that's right.
brings in my next question, Mr.
Yeah,
Agarwal, that,
yeah,
the kind of terabytes and terabytes of data which you have, at your disposal, as an organization, and for that
absolutely,
matter, all
absolutely.
tech and payment services company. So what are some of the biggest challenges do you face in leveraging that data, to make informed sales decision, and also from a whole data security and risk perspective?
So first of all, I will say that is the one of the biggest opportunity, and at the same time responsibility.
Yeah,
With
absolutely.
great power, or maybe with great data, comes great responsibility to
Absolutely.
safeguard the interest of the people.
Absolutely.
And if you say how are we, using that? So what we are doing currently that, so first of all, as within the government boundaries where whatever is accessible, we are trying to, generate the insights basis that and customizing it basis and making the products out of it.
Right.
So, for example, if we know somebody is salaried class, we will be offering that the things accordingly. So, if I talk about in my space, in merchant space, merchant acquiring space, so who is the bigger merchant? So if the merchant is bigger merchant, then maybe he requires the integration, maybe he requires the reconciliation system. But the merchant is smaller merchant, then merchant is required the smaller solution, fast solution, real-time settlement solution, because he can simplify the reconciliation. He know where is the money coming, where can he go, where it is going. He wants faster settlement in his accounts. So that we are doing. So basis merchants, whatever is the merchant's requirement, how is their transaction pattern, we are coming up with the customized products and solutions, which we are offering them, of course, within the compliance boundary and within the government regulations. We are doing because we don't want to cross any line.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one of the points which you mentioned earlier is, with
Yeah.
the whole payment services ecosystem being built in, as a follow-up to, the larger financial inclusion schemes which were
Absolutely.
introduced by Government of India.
Absolutely.
So on those lines, Mr. Agarwal, how does your organization strategize to penetrate those undeserved regions? I mean, while India, has gone through leaps and bounces when it comes to digital technology adoption, be it smartphones, etc., but still, India is a vast country and there is, a huge untapped population. So how do you penetrate to, how do you plan to penetrate into those undeserved regions? And, how does the workforce approaches, where the demand for financial services are high? So I'm sure you will also see some kind of spikes, seasonality spikes here. So how does your workforce approaches, those set of conditions?
See, again, I'll answer it in two parts. One is that uh, you asked that how are we planning to reach underserved regions. So, as you know, our biggest strength is our branch network.
Right.
So we are trying to reach all those underserved regions through our branch networks. For that, we are deploying larger workforce. And we are taking that workforce with the organizations like TeamLease. We are hiring that workforce from that particular region only. See, just take an example. If somebody is from Pune, if I will hire him for the Amravati location or some Yavatmal, Buldhana, he will never go. I need to get the local person. So and it is cost effective also at the same time. And with that branch network, so what I am doing, I am bundling them to our branch networks. Other than that, with the bank's help, we are bundling these products. So when we are offering the bundling products to the merchants, they are much more happier, and everybody is doing that. Not only we, everybody is doing that. So we are providing the merchants cost-effective solutions. Like we are having POS now. We are coming up with Soundbox. We are coming up with one more innovative product. Sati, our chairman, has launched. So other than this branch level engagement, targeted training, deploying tech-enabled tools. For example, we have given them a app through which we are tracking them. How many merchants are they going, meeting, what are they doing with these merchants, what is the product they are pitching them, what is their requirement, what are their current bankers, what are their current commercials and all. So these we are providing teams, these local teams in high demand areas, and accordingly. The other part which I will say, if I'll see in the bigger cities, there is a saturation. So there we are planning for the more relationship based solution where we are deploying relationship persons, where our primary target is to maintain the customers, retain the merchants. So there because that areas are already saturated. So our
Right.
main challenge is customer should not go anywhere. That is the main thing, and whatever problems we are facing by providing them the web services. Yeah.
So, so while you, mentioned about the whole employment part from a regional availability point of view. So while
Correct.
that
Correct.
is one
Because
area.
cost is very
Absolutely.
big part. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, if I am a fresh college graduate, or, I have completed my MBA or an engineering or whatever, and I want to explore careers within payment services industry, according to you, what kind of job opportunities do you see emerging out of this sector? Both sales, non-sales, back office, technology part of it. And how has this whole digital revolution or digital technology impacted on these availability of the roles?
First of all, I must say, uh, the sales part of it. Uh, One is the sales and non-sales. I will bifurcate it. It is, if we can see, AI has impacted many low-level opportunities in this sector and in sales.
Absolutely.
Nothing has been impacted by AI, first of all.
Right, right,
So that is the best part of it.
right,
Because now, if we talk about anything with related to manpower or hiring or something, or
right.
any roles, job roles, the redundancy due to AI is one of the biggest factor, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I want to say from your platform, AI has zero. In fact, it has increased the
Ah,
workable manpower in sales because they can now get help from the AI.
right.
So now, if I talk about the roles, this sector has created roles in sales, data analytics, regulatory compliance. If you are a tech graduate engineer, you just do a payment architect course, something related to payment, and you can easily be absorbed by any companies in a product role, in a project role. So there are many, because this innovation is going on everywhere.
Right.
NPCI is hiring like anything.
Right.
If I must name some company, right?
Right.
So
Absolutely.
they are hiring like anything. So
Mhm.
there is much more significant potential in tier 2, tier 3 cities. Digitally aware workforce are there. They can drive merchant onboarding, adoption of payment solutions, everything. So, and on the other side, if I talk about sales, if you are 12th pass and if you are having a very basic polished soft skills, you are employable in this sector.
Right. Right.
In fact, if you talk about us, we are one of the largest employment creator. Every month we are hiring something like in the hundreds
Yeah. Absolutely.
people.
Yes.
Yeah. Some there is a little bit of attrition also, because sometimes people maybe they may not adopt to sales, or they don't know. But then many people they learn, and many people go because they learn, and then they get hired by other companies with a better opportunities and maybe better package and profile.
Oh, yes.
So this is something,
Absolutely.
and I must say that, with collaboration with TeamLease, organization like TeamLease, we are ensuring that we are getting that people much more easier in an easier way easily. So that's what I will say.
That's our job. I mean, that's what we get paid for. So yeah, thanks for that
Yeah,
compliment.
yeah,
Now,
welcome.
tell me something, Mr. Agarwal. Now, you handle a large sales organization being a circle head. So I'm sure,
Yeah,
you get a different set of personalities and, different set of
more.
skill sets, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how do you handle, I mean, how do you juggle along with that large group of personalities within your sales team, and, how you keep everyone engaged and motivated?
Thank you for asking this question. First of all,
Yeah,
it's one of my most favorite question, and I like it because this is something which I'm doing for the very long of time, very
absolutely.
long time. And first of all, currently around 200 plus working professionals are working under me directly or indirectly. If my small daughter is also there, she like recognition.
Right,
So if I had to get her to complete her homework, then I'll say, ki, "Acha beta, you do your homework, and then we will go for a ride,
right,
bicycle ride."
right,
So she is very happy ki, "Yaar, Papa will give me time in the evening, maybe half an hour, if I'll complete my homework."
right,
So something like that, to by offering structured incentives.
Right.
Fostering a culture of recognition, regular training sessions,
Right.
conducting, bundling them, providing them. And checking is very important with
Yeah.
them. See, these are the new people. So these are the
Correct.
workforce, ground level workforce. We call them feet on street.
Correct.
They are very, and this generation is something which is very, very, very हर चीज जल्दी चाहिए, quick fix वाली.
Yeah. But attention span is
It's
minimal.
very, very low.
Yeah.
Distracted. This generation
Yeah.
is distracted. And
Absolutely.
then they need everything quick fix wali, jaldi Maggie, 2 minutes.
Right.
So we need to, so first of all, when I handle these kind of people, so one is that first of all, I make sure that they are comfortable. They understand what they need to do. They focus on their goals, their alignment, their training, their buddy programs, everything in place. Then they know the product. Then they know their incentives. Then if they are doing the small work also, we are recognizing. We are doing these small drives, daily drives, and we are recognizing them. Maybe we are doing a small gifts thing. We are recognizing through the WhatsApp DPs, WhatsApp statuses, everything inside the groups by clapping everyone.
Right.
So this is, and CRM tools are also there. So if I will sum it up, Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed.
Yes.
So Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. I am using all these Kutniti, Chanakya Niti with them. Sam is like, by recognition. Dam is by, maybe providing the monetary incentives.
Correct.
Dand is by, punishing them.
Punishing them.
You will be, ऐसा हो जाएगा. You will, maybe it will be this for you, problem for
like
you.
Like a carrot and stick approach.
Carrot and stick approach.
Absolutely.
So this is the way I'm able to, engage many people, and most likely I'm getting the job done.
Glad to hear that, Mr. Agarwal, because of late we have been seeing a lot of social media videos and stuff coming out. I'm sure you would have seen.
Yeah. No.
As
Thanks to the organization. Thanks to the organization.
Yeah.
This culture has been inhibited and incorporated as an organization.
Yes.
So thanks to the HR team, thanks to our leaders, thanks to our management teams.
Right.
This is something which is bottom down, top to bottom down approach. So so this is the culture which is imbibed by our top, right from our MD to the lower level. No. Nobody.
Sometimes even I've seen a lot of managers who have been aggressive, assertive, and in a good way, has also got defensive because of this whole social media narrative which has been built, which also indirectly impacts the overall work environment also.
Overall work environment. And in the end, banking से तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा है banking. So नहीं, बदनाम ही है. I must say.
So moving on, Mr. Agarwal. So now, I think we covered that also, banking being such a regulation heavy, business and a sector, how is your industry's payment services particularly addressing these challenges to the regulatory compliances, and at the same time, you have to continue to innovate, right? Sound boxes, UPI credit card, this, that, and new product services coming in every day. How are you navigating through this whole regulatory cholesterol, so-called, we call, within our banking industry?
So thanks to, first of all, thanks to our bigger parent.
Yeah.
So we have robust this thing, system in place, systems in place, compliance system in place.
Right.
We are ensuring any merchant's KYC.
Right.
The type of business. It's again and again has been verified many couple of times, one with the bank, one with us. Then on the field, we are having AI tools which detect the fraud transactions.
Right.
Our risk team is there. We hold the transactions if we are not satisfied. Sometimes it's a tricky also to face that customer because customer is hired something and they come to the branch and they make a scene out of it. Arey, aapne mera paisa rok liya. But then we need to understand that we need to make them understand, sir, मामला ऐसा है कि अगर fraud निकला तो you will also be suffering, we will also be suffering. So what we are doing is thanks to the compliance team, our compliance team, thanks to our systems, thanks to our risk teams. So if to ask this question, I will say कि maybe I am not directly associated with it, yes, but or many a times we are the victim of it because sales team को
Yeah.
पकड़ते हैं वो लोग कि भाई तुमने मुझे मशीन दिया
किसने
था,
रुक
अभी
गया
पैसा रुक
होगा?
गया मेरा, अब
हाँ,
तुम दिलवाओ. So thanks to our team. So most of all, yes, there are some cases where we are also, but then our onboarding system, I will say, our onboarding systems are so robust. We are complied like heavily with the DSS, DSS, PCI DSS compliance systems, with
correct.
the schemes and with the with the RBI's policies, SEBI's and everything. So every compliance, there are multiple compliances, multiple checks. So that is why there is very very low possibilities of having any mishappenings or
Right.
misadventures. I must say, but then yeah. So thanks to our
Yeah.
team and
No,
systems. Yeah,
that's a good thing because it impacts a lot of things, because the
yeah,
kind of strictures RBI put in or any thing, suddenly you are shut down of your business for 1 year, 2 years. I mean, that's a
yeah.
huge impact, for employment, for people in general. So I'm
We
glad you're
have
in the right
we have
place.
deployed AI based tools. So there are
Mhm.
transaction monitoring systems which catch themselves, and
Correct.
then they
Correct.
that then absolutely that impacts on the hold and all. That impacts on
Right.
the settlement time and the TAT also, and then it aggravates customers' dissatisfaction also sometimes. But then
Agree.
it's a part and parcel of the game.
Right.
We need to balance between the two.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Uh, One of the things, Mr. Agarwal, which is kind of pointed out, and since we are in the employment business, even we witness that, is a lack of gender diversity, within our industry, and especially participation of female workforce within BFSI, while, they are at a branch operations or a back-end level, at a front-end FOS level, the kind of participation, we expect from, female workforce is not to be seen. So how are you seeing this, within the financial services industry to make BFSI a much more inclusive industry, which unfortunately is not today?
I would like to differ slightly.
Okay.
So BFSI is continuously a much more lucrative sector for women
Mm-hmm.
and the and the fairer gender as we talk now, because there are many much opportunities in banking and in fintech where in corporate office women workforce feel safe,
Right.
they are feel valued,
Right.
and they are being given preference in hiring.
Wonderful.
because
Wonderful.
this may be my personal view, maybe, or I have seen that sometimes women's are better in many things, in many
Mhm.
solutions, in achieving the overall objectives or maybe the goals. They have the innovative solutions, they are better managers. My
Right.
concern is with women being participating in sales are much lower.
Right.
I with your platform, I will urge that women should come forward and explore their career in sales. Maybe
Right.
they in the relationship managers role, RM's role, they can do much better, and they are doing much better.
Right.
So
Right.
so if we see, they are steadily increasing in sales, compliance, and analytical roles.
Right.
And we are also in diversity initiatives combined with flexible policies. We are doing mentorship programs. We are fostering an inclusive ecosystem for them. In fact, in recent times, in my ground field, I have hired many girls, and they are doing better than their male counterparts in sales,
Right.
hardcore sales,
Right.
wherein
Right.
field requirement is there.
Right.
And in customer care, this thing, they are already a leaders.
Right.
And
Right.
so we prefer deploying, a women over the men in customer care, this thing. Yes, there is a obviously percentage will always be less because overall is the sector is like that. Not only fintech or maybe banking or financial, but if you compare it with the other sectors, maybe manufacturing or maybe, you will find there is a participation is there and it is increasing
Okay.
day by day. Yeah,
Great. I mean, no, that's a great news because, and as a large organization of yours, you
yeah,
can
yeah.
set that path, and create,
Absolutely,
that roadmap, for diversity inclusion. I think then we are heading in the
absolutely,
right direction.
absolutely.
I think, great conversation, and thanks for giving those insights, Mr. Agarwal. I think, our viewers and our listeners will definitely, will be much more enriched, after, hearing your thoughts around the payment services sector. So before I wrap up, my final question is, how do you foresee this whole payment services and fintech sectors in general evolving in the coming years? While, for the new growns, and this is something which we were discussing offline before we started. There are certain external factors which are also driving in. There is some kind of a funding winter which has been there for the last 2-3 years. The investments are kind of not at that pace and speed. But then, every one of us believe in the India story. Every one of us, wants to see an Atmanirbhar Bharat, a $10 trillion economy. And I think, digital payments and payment services will play a huge role towards it. So how do you see, being in the thick of things, of where our future lies in next 3 to 5 years?
Uh, I will say not only 3 to 5 years, first of all, next 10 years.
Oh, okay,
It
great.
is one of the best and one of the most growing sector globally, not only in India, and India will be leading that. So payment sector, if you talk about future, the future lies in consolidation of offline and online payment systems, which will be an entire ecosystem will be created. You see, and we are seeing it. There are now NCMC cards. You go, there is a single card. You go to the train, you go to the bus, you go to the shopping mall. You can use the same card.
Absolutely.
That the same card is a debit card and a credit card.
Right.
UPI on credit card, UPI credit line on UPI, embedded finance, hyper personalized payment solution to the merchants, loyalty reward points associated with that, robust cyber security frameworks.
Right.
And these are the things which are prioritizing. These growth is also prioritizing inclusivity, ethical AI, resilient infrastructure, fostering a skilled workforce. So if you see, if you ask me, I'm getting goosebumps when I'm answering this question, because this is something which when I take the con call of my team, every morning I say, because something or the other every day comes. I'm saying here, we are in India, we are in the banking, in the finance, and in the finance. Fintech sector, payments is the most evolving sector as of now. You see, every other company is coming. You see, my paper, I see, read newspaper, Cred got the aggregator license. Somebody, Hitachi, Hitachi got the aggregator license. Now we can offer the payment gateway. Everybody is jumping to join the bandwagon. Everybody want to be the part of the story. And with the way we are, UPI acceptance growing globally, in once it will start in US, Brazil, UK, European countries. You see, everywhere there will be huge uptick in the requirement of manforce, and your job will be very challenging.
Absolutely.
And very rewarding also.
It's a music to my ears, and I'm sure, for our organization as well. So yeah, I mean, and I'm really, now I'm happy to hear that, you are bullish about this whole thing. And in general, the trends are that the sector is extremely bullish about the whole future.
Our PM is bullish.
Absolutely.
I am to nothing. Our PM is bullish. Our defense minister is bullish. Everybody is bullish about, and then we are equally excited in the coming times. Yeah.
Wonderful. It was nice talking to you, Mr. Agarwal. Great conversation. I'm sure, as I said, our viewers and listeners who follow us, on these industry dialogues will enriched and will have, great thoughts around this whole payment services system. So thank you very much. Thanks for joining in, and have a great day.